All right, let's get to the war. Today, negotiators for the U.S. and Iran are in Qatar. President Trump says Iran, listen to this, President Trump said Iran is nearly beaten. Watch this.
But the meeting in Doha is going to be perhaps important, perhaps not. We're going to find out. But we're winning militarily. It's almost won militarily, I would say. And it's really very simple. It's the denuclearization of Iran. We don't want them to have a nuclear weapon, and they're not going to have a nuclear weapon. And they've agreed to that, in all fairness.
Okay, the president says America has almost won militarily against Iran. Retired Four-Star General Jack Keane joins me now. If we've almost won militarily, why can the Iranians still rain down missiles on shipping in the Gulf and disrupt the Strait?
Yeah, sure. Great question. But when we stopped our operations during the fourth or fifth week, we had about 2 weeks ago, we actually had 25% of our military objectives still left. And a portion of that is ballistic missiles. Somewhere in the neighborhood of 1,000 to 2,000 missiles we believe they had left. And where were they? Right from the outset, when we began operations, they buried their missiles in tunnels that we could not penetrate with our bombs. But what we did is we rubbled the entrance to those tunnels so they couldn't get them out. Now, what have they been doing since the ceasefire on April the 8th? They've excavated those tunnels and they brought those missiles out, and they also are hiding launchers for the missiles in those tunnels. But our intelligence and Israeli intelligence are tracking all of that. So if we go back to military operations, we know where all of that is.
The president seems very reluctant to go back to military operations. He doesn't want to do it, does he?
Well, he's clear. He has put economic and political priorities now over military objectives.
Yeah.
And he stated that publicly. That's where he is. He's going to give this some time to see if this negotiations. He knows where I am, and others like me. We would have preferred to continue the military operation and finish it and put Iran on a pathway to military, economic, and political collapse. But we're trying to achieve that and using diplomacy. It remains to be seen whether that's achievable. And I think a healthy dose of skepticism has to be here as a result of what we've seen. You know, June the 14th, sign a deal. Within a couple of days, what is Iran doing? Taking control of the Straits of Hormuz, directing ships, when to leave, where to go, and paying insurance. And then attacking ships that don't abide by them. That is not exactly the faithful. Remember, in the Memorandum of Understanding, the principal deal was the Straits of Hormuz gets open, we shut down our naval blockade. Everything else was future negotiations, and they violated that immediately. But the president didn't stand for it. That's the important thing. Okay. He's not going to put up with it.
Yeah, but it's dragging on. That's the problem, is it's dragging on. Let me turn to the war in Ukraine. I believe Ukraine launched another barrage of drones at Moscow, something like 600 of them going to Moscow. I get the impression that maybe Zelensky is getting the upper hand in this war. Is he?
There's no doubt. Most of 26, he's had the upper hand. He stopped pretty much their advancing, and he's been able to take back territory himself, right at the front lines. They're also attacking deeper into Russia's tactical situation, 50, 60 miles, where their infrastructure, their supplies are, their command posts, with very accurate drones and destroying them. And then he's going after these deep targets. Now, the United States intelligence assists the Ukrainians with targeting. We help to tell them where these things are that they want to hit. When they go after St. Petersburg and Moscow, they're only going after military targets. But obviously, the symbology of that is part of the deal. They want people of influence in Western Russia, where the Russians do not recruit soldiers. They recruit soldiers from Central Russia and Eastern Russia in impoverished areas, people that don't have a lot of political currency. They stay away from Western Russia. So by design, Zelensky wants to send a message that, yes, we can reach Moscow, we can reach Petersburg, but also significantly taken down their oil infrastructure, somewhere in their storage capability throughout Russia, somewhere now around 40%, creeping up to 50%, and some of their industrial capabilities. So these deep targets that they're going after are significant strategically.
Let's hope it moves closer towards some kind of peace deal.
Yeah.
General, always a pleasure.
Great talking to you. Happy
And
Fourth.
you're happy 4th to you, man. Good to see you.